As cliffs stretch hundreds of meters over our heads, we're a forgotten speck in the utter vastness of Australia's northwest. From now and for the months to come, we're surviving off the limited stores we've crammed aboard our 10-metre sailboat. Nowhere to para! Alongside whatever we can forage and catch along the way.
Wahoo!
We're slim and soaked. 2 uni students circumnavigating Australia, and we've just made it to the Kimberley. We are in the Kimberley! A speck in Australia's near unreachable northwest, filled with cunning predators, testing waters and overwhelming natural forms. Welcome back to Season 3, a Kimberley dreamscape. Following a 48-hour offshore sail, we've just caught our first glimpse of the huge cliffs and gorges we'll be nestling ourselves into. It just feels so surreal. We're here, I can't believe it. We've dropped anchor at Reevely Island, where we're now waiting for the tide to creep towards high water to enable us to cross the bar into the Berkeley River. Alright, a few hours later, 1 coffee in, 1 breakfast in. Did I say the tide has come up? The tide has come up ever so slightly and we're gonna keep pushing on.
Just take it nice and slow, hey?
Yeah. We're going to take it nice and slow because this bar has a combination of challenges. Firstly, it's not exactly surveyed. This is the detail we are working with. Secondly, the wet season runoff carries tons of silt downstream, creating shifting sandbanks that are constantly changing. Made more interesting by the fact that the bar is completely open to the ocean and swell can roll right in. But at least the breaking waves show you where the worst of the banks are.
Can't say running on about 4 hours sleep, crossing a bar with breaking waves about 40 to 50 metres off your starboard is what... it's what we're doing. It's not what we're chasing, but it's what we're doing.
Thirdly, due to the tidal range, on a low tide, these banks can completely dry out. So you have to align the right tide for your draft, hopefully for when the sun's up, alongside coordinating fair conditions, as you wouldn't like to do this crossing in built seas and a strong breeze.
The soap's steering us. I'm selecting waypoints and calling depths, I guess. 3.5, good depth. Oi, this is pretty interesting bar crossing.
But in a testament to planning, if you get everything to align, depth, wind and swell, you should have a drama-free crossing. Alright, that was not what I was expecting. Not at all. But we made it through. Not looking forward to going back out, but I don't have to think about that for the moment. It's a future slope problem. And the best thing of all is that after you've overcome that hurdle, you are now in the beautiful Berkeley River. We are in the Kimberley! There is a waterfall!
We are in the Kimberley now. Litres of blood, sweat and tears that we found a waterfall.
It was worth it, eh?
It was worth it.
This is just gonna be epic. I'm so excited now. Man, I'm literally running off like 4 hours of sleep and I'm hyped, I'm pumped, I'm so excited. This is gonna be good. We knew that we were going to find waterfalls, but it's not until there is one right there in front of your eyes do you truly comprehend where you are. But as I said, although hyped, we are running on little sleep, so further explorations will have to wait until tomorrow. What did we discover?
There's an echo. Nah. Hello.
These beers right here are Western Australian beers. They're called Emu Export.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. Beer for Western Australia. So,
Western Australia.
seeing as we're in Western Australia now, we thought we may as well get a case of emus to like celebrate
Our arrival.
our arrival in Western Australia. It really is surreal having Nakama in the Kimberleys. Like, even though we just sailed 48 hours to get here, it feels like we just rocked up here in an instant in a completely different world. Speaking of that sail, we managed to catch ourselves dinner for the next few days.
Whoa, we're onto something big. This thing's big.
Oh boy.
Woohoo! Wahoo! Not woohoo.
One thing we have taken with us from Darwin is a love for Luxor. And considering there are no Luxor markets in these parts, we've got to learn to satisfy our addiction ourselves.
What's been happening there?
I know. I can't even say that. I put chili at my nose.
And you've got...
Why is chili at my nose? Because I'll you know what I mean? Because you can't say I've got chili.
That's how it happens.
You can't say I've got chili at my nose and everyone's like, well, how'd the chili get up there?
While you were cooking dinner.
I got chili in every crevice in my brain that I also made.
Luxor.
I don't really know if you could actually call it Luxor, but it's a soup dish with noodles. Thoughts on the not so luxury Luxor?
Real good, not so luxury Luxor. No, it is real good. I love the 2 types of noodles. I love the fresh chili and the cooked chili and the chili sauce. I love it all.
Yesterday we potted up to this waterfall in the mothership, but that was merely just a glimpse. We're heading today to get more involved.
This place is absolutely spectacular. We found a little landing zone there. It's been a few days since we've had a shower, so we might have a quick shower, and then basically I think from there we're going to head off and do a bit of a hike up to the top of this waterfall. I'll probably go into it more depth as we go on, but this area is famous for some really, really unique paintings. From what I've heard, there might be some up this river system up here.
We have a good feeling about the Kimberley so far, most likely because there is close to endless fresh water, which is something we're not used to. Normally the way we shower when we're cruising aboard Nakama is with a bucket of salt water over the top of the head. This season, however, is a little different. We've got the luxury of endless fresh water, which is so amazing. But just as we thought, we hit the jackpot.
I still can't believe this. We made it.
Nature had other plans.
Okay, they warn you can see a croc anywhere up here. We've just found one on the cliff in the waterfall.
I cannot believe that we've just seen our first croc. To be so close to this one, that's pretty amazing. And to be able to like creep up to it. I mean, obviously you wouldn't do that to a big one, but this guy's tiny. So yeah, he's all right. But pretty amazing that he's just chilling right there.
You have a shower to yourself. Shower's occupied, hey?
Yeah.
Give him some privacy. I know I don't want him walking into my shower, so I won't walk into his. Only fair.
Bye, Croc. So we left our lizardy friend in peace.
First croc.
And went on to tackle yet another small hurdle of the Kimberley. Something that's a bit different for us is that there's no sandy beaches you can pull up on. We're gonna have to try and work out how we actually leave the tender. Basically, we have to figure out a way so the tender will float away from these oyster-covered rocks. So A, it doesn't get popped, and B, it's not sitting high and dry on the rocks when the tide drops. So she needs to be floating offshore, but we still need to somehow get to shore and then obviously back out to her without going swimming. How do we even do this? I don't know how we do this. I don't know how we leave the tender. We firstly just dropped an anchor, but we soon realised it's going to require some more ingenuity than that.
Alright, so We tried that, dropping anchor and doing a stern line, and then we're like, how do we get off the boat? Well then, yeah, it didn't really work. So we're back to the mothership. We're gonna get a mooring line set up.
We collected some more supplies before heading back because we will not let this defeat us. Alright, so we're back with a whole bunch of little supplies that hopefully we can now properly anchor the tender and get ashore. We're attempting to make a mooring with a pulley-like system, which, believe it or not, is not as easy to wrap your head around as you might think.
But that'll work, see?
Yeah. So we've managed to do this.
So that's it out, that's as far out as it wants to go. And then we'll just tie these to the tree. And we want to pull it back in, pull her in on this one and use this line. Yeah, anyway, it's done now. And I appreciate that it's finished and we can be done with it and go do something more fun.
I think this is literally like an hour and a half of us trying to do this and trying to get to this point where we're standing right now and have the dinghy there. That was like one of the most mind thing I've ever tried to wrap my head around. All right, tender, set. Shoes, set.
Let's get into it. Yes, babe, this is it.
Something pretty cool about the Kimberley is that hidden within this epic landscape, you can find clues of ancient societies that have been kept intact, some better than others, by these large overhanging rocks for thousands of years, which is pretty incredible. This piece here is an interesting find.
So if I was just going to look at this, I'd think dingo, but I've actually read about this painting here before, which is crazy that we stumbled upon this particular one. I was not expecting that, but it actually apparently depicts a Tasmanian tiger. Now it's a species that's extinct now in Australia, but was only in Tasmania. So does it speak of a time, or was it painted at a time when Tasmania was joined to the mainland and they were here? Also, I don't know as to why this particular animal was drawn, or if it's not a Tasmanian tiger, what is it? But it is different to a dog. It's different to a dingo. I'm frothing this. I'm really happy.
We've been searching all over for more, but we haven't had any luck. Probably need to go through a bit more of an explore, but our adventure sandals were no longer working for us, so now we're barefoot and we saw a snake, which kind of doesn't entice us to go too much further. Bring hiking boots with you.
I've seen you running away over there.
Oh. That's a good little hole there.
This is the best swimming hole of all.
It's like a spa treatment. This is the spot.
This is the spot.
Hopefully there's no little crocodiles underneath.
No mini crocs under that.
Now that is probably the best cruising shower I've had yet.
While we're up here enjoying the view on this beautiful name in this later rug that I just so happen to be matching at the moment, wanted to say a massive thank you to them for always coming on board and supporting our videos. We've really enjoyed the feedback from the last promotions we've done of them. They've upped their offer. It's now 15% off instead of $15 off. Also now, naming this later, have been even more generous towards us, and for every rug purchased we get a little bit of a kickback, so it's not like a sponsored post as such, but by supporting them and their beautiful, beautiful products, you're supporting us as well.
Naming This Later offers a wide range of versatile rugs that can make any space cozy, colourful and homey, or provide your adventures with a comfortable space to kick back and take it all in, which is what we're doing right here. Alongside 15% off within each rug, you're getting 2 for 1 because they are also reversible.
And they're made out of 100% recycled cotton! Anyway, check them out guys, they're actually that good, we love them.
Alrighty, it's only early afternoon. I don't know why this hat has a tendency to like do this, but anyway, it's happening. So it's only early afternoon. I'm wearing a bit of a funny hat, but you know, it's alright. And we're going to keep on pushing upstream of the Berkeley River. So come along. But subscribe first. That would be nice, thank you. And then we'll show you what the rest of the river looks like. Oh, we've got a jellyfish stuck on the chain.
Oh, it's just gonna be here, chucks the boat off.
Oh,
And all the fish are just smashing him while he's stuck there.
Stuck there.
Oh, he's all tangled. You better not leave jellyfish on my anchor, bro. Get out of here, bro. Run!
Oh, I think he fell apart a bit.
The fish were smashing him.
Oh. Before setting off, I don't think we quite realised just what we were about to experience. Holy moly, what is ahead of us is insane. This place? Man, I can't believe we're cruising through here right now. It just feels so surreal. I can't get over that Nakame is here. We didn't think this place could get any better, but we've just realised that what we've seen of this river so far was nothing in comparison to what we are now cruising through. It just keeps getting better and better.
What are your thoughts on this side?
This is just unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. That's the only word.
It's amazing. Just like cruising through the cliffs like this, and just like endless cliffs. Like it's not just a cliff, it's just, you feel like you're just in a valley. It's amazing. As the river narrows, the cliffs stretch high into the sky, and the rock walls engulf us. Deeper and deeper we go, the higher and tighter it gets.
We're in so tight to these things that it's actually hard to get the whole cliff in frame. They're just these like massive walls. They're easily 100 meters high on either side of you, and it's probably like less than that wide. I don't know, it's wild.
It's unbloody real! Look around this corner.
There's a corner up ahead of us. You can barely even see it. It's like we're zigzagging through these mammoth things, and half the time it just looks like you're driving at a cliff wall. Also, yeah, it's raining because we're slipping soap. It's the dry season. You're not meant to even see a cloud this time of year, and it's raining.
Simon just spotted a croc. It's a croc? Croc or log?
It's a croc. Yeah, gently. This is a big one. This is a good one.
You can see his body. He's not too big.
No,
Looks juvenile still.
he'd kill you.
Really?
Yeah.
The way they swim with their legs chilling back.
2 crocs on day one, eh?
Definitely crocs in here. They're no myth. That's the thing. We just dropped anchor just there, and yeah, we're gonna go for a little hoon.
Everybody had a hard year. Nobody got their pay.
The very first cast in the Kimberleys.
No way!
Called a baby queenie. First cast in the Kimberleys, there you go. He's off.
Well, that was fun, but the sun's about to set and there is something we need to do. This will become one of our afternoon rituals on this trip. So one thing about being deep into Croc country is that you can't leave your tender in the water overnight. And I'm not saying this because they're like, oh, rumor has it, but literally our friends that just came through here, they're just a little bit before us, had their tender chewed through the night and woke up and one of their tubes was deflated and popped. Overnight, you have to lift your tender out of the water, otherwise a curious croc will come up, or not a curious, a hungry croc will come up and taste test your tubes.
From day dot, we're gonna do it because if anything happened to my tender, I would just, I love that thing.
All right, that's it for the day.
Strained away.
Over and out. That's it for the day and that's it for the week, folks. We'll have to catch you next week.